A few months after their daughter Amy's first birthday, a Belgian couple noticed something peculiar. Whenever 1-year-old Amy slept between them in the master bedroom, she fussed and cried through the night. Yet when she slept alone in the spare room with their family dog Max, she slumbered peacefully until morning. At first, the parents assumed it was simple separation anxiety or a phase of teething. But as the nights passed and their own rest remained blissfully uninterrupted, curiosity outweighed relief. What magic was at work in that other bedroom? The dog Max was a golden retriever, gentle and devoted from the moment he bounded into the family's life. He and Amy had formed an instant bond. The puppy would bring her favorite toys, nuzzle her during diaper changes, and perform a little triumphant dance whenever she smiled. It seemed only natural that Max would follow the family to Amy's bedroom at bedtime, settling by her crib as humans do by their children's beds. But the almost total absence of tears in his presence seemed more than coincidence. Determined to understand, the couple purchased a compact night vision camera and installed it in the corner of the spare bedroom. That evening, they placed Amy in her crib beside Max's plush dog bed, then tiptoed out and closed the door behind them. Through the monitor in their bedroom, they watched the dog and child drift to sleep under the same soft moonlight. Morning arrived. Over coffee and toast, the parents marveled at another consecutive 8-hour stretch of quiet. Amy's cheeks were rosy and her eyes bright as she greeted them no signs of the midnight distress they'd endured for months. Now came the moment of truth. The camera footage. They connected the camera to their laptop and began scrolling through hours of grainy green-tinged video. The first few segments showed nothing remarkable. Amy shifting in her sleep, coughing once or twice while Max lay alert nearby. At midnight, Max rose as the couple's young son wandered past and gently nudged him back to bed. At 2 a.m., Max pricked up his ears at a passing car, then settled again. None of these small stirrings explained why Amy slept undisturbed for the rest of the night. Then they found it, a clip time-stamped at 4:10 a.m. Amy's head rolled back, her mouth opened in a silent cry, and she began to wail softly. That's when Max woke, blinking once, then leaping gracefully to his paws. He trotted to Amy's crib, reared up on his hind legs, and placed his front paws on the rail. With deliberate gentleness, he licked her face in a soft, rhythmic patter. Amy quieted for a moment, blinking in surprise. The dog paused, tilted his head, and pressed his muzzle to her forehead as if offering reassurance. But when the crying resumed, Max sank back onto all fours, glanced purposefully at the camera, then trotted out of frame. The couple exchanged stunned looks. Had he simply gone to find help? They rewound the footage and watched again. Max crossing the hallway, slipping down the stairs, and entering the kitchen, still in the grainy green glow. There he nosed open a lower cabinet, retrieved Amy's bottle, its nipple guard intact, and clutched it gently in his mouth. Cradling the bottle like treasure, Max returned to Amy's room, climbed onto the bed frame, and offered the bottle to her with careful precision. In the next moment, Amy latched on, sucking eagerly on the nipple as Max sat patiently beside her. The crying instantly ceased, replaced by contented coos. Max's tail thumped once or twice against the floor in what looked like canine satisfaction. The footage ended with father and mother's astonished faces pressed close to the monitor. Tears welled in the mother's eyes as she replayed the scene again and again. The dog they'd known as loyal and loving had now revealed astonishing empathy and resourcefulness. He had comforted their infant with soothing licks, sought out her bottle when gentle consolation failed, and restored her calm. They shared the video privately with close friends and family first. Comments poured in. A friend's collie once fetched a toddler's pacifier. A neighbor's German shepherd would nudge a frightened child back under blankets. Another dog had stood guard through a child's feverish night, whining for help until parents arrived. These stories underscored a remarkable truth. Dogs are attuned to human emotions in ways that often defy easy explanation. Encouraged by the warm responses, the couple posted the video online. Within days, it went viral. Viewers around the world were moved to tears by Max's devotion. Articles called him a heroic guardian, a four-legged nurse, even a canine savior. The family received messages from other parents whose dogs had performed similar acts of compassion, a testament to the depth of the human-animal bond. Back home, life settled into a new rhythm. Though Amy's nights in the couple's own room remained restless, the family no longer hesitated to let her sleep with Max. They monitored her breathing from the hall, confident in the dog's protective presence. Neighbors began knocking politely on the spare room door to peek in, marveling at the miracle dog, who soothed the baby's tears and fetched her bottle. Local news crews visited for interviews. Listeners called radio shows to share their own tales of empathetic pets. The parents also consulted a canine behaviorist, seeking to understand how Max had learned to comfort a distressed infant so thoroughly. The expert explained that dogs are highly sensitive to vocal cues, breathing patterns, and even subtle shifts in an owner's scent when they're upset. A dog raised in a loving household like Max learns to associate a baby's cry with a call to action. Retrieving the bottle was an extraordinary demonstration of problem-solving, something many dogs do instinctively for their human pack. As Amy grew into toddlerhood, Max remained her constant companion. Videos captured their early morning play sessions. Amy patting Max's floppy ears, Max gently tugging on the hem of her nightgown as if in game. When she learned to walk, she chased Max through the yard, giggling as he trotted just out of reach. He never ran, only keeping pace at a quiet trot, ensuring she could catch up without fear of stumbling too far. In time, the family began hosting small gatherings for other dog-owning parents. They called it dogs, tots, playdates, where children and pups could learn from and entertain one another. Over cups of coffee and the constant laughter of toddlers, parents shared advice on safe dog-child interactions, trained their dogs in gentle commands, and watched as the next generation formed friendships across species lines. One evening, the family's pediatrician stopped by for dinner. He had seen the viral footage and brought along a small Devicia baby monitor with built-in white noise settings and customized lullabies. He suggested that Amy might benefit from a blended approach, letting Max comfort her first, then softly playing a lullaby when the dog needed to rest. The parents thanked him and added the device to Amy's crib, seeing it as a compliment to Max's beloved presence. Years later, Amy would tell friends, "Max was my first friend. He took care of me when I cried and helped me feel safe." Now 4 years old, she often leads Max by the collar as he follows obediently, demonstrating a bond built on trust and mutual care. At bedtime, Amy gives Max a goodnight kiss and a pat on his head before climbing into her cribno, furnished with both her bottle and the lullaby monitor. Through every phase, first steps, first words, first day of preschool, Max remained by her side. His early heroics had transformed into decades of friendship. The family still keeps the night vision footage tucked away, a quiet reminder of one extraordinary night when a dog's empathy comforted a crying baby and fetched her bottle as tenderly as any human hand. Ultimately, the story of Amy and Max is one of love unspoken, yet deeply felt. It reveals how animals, through instinct and compassion, can bridge the gap between physical needs and emotional well-being. Max's simple act slicking away tears, fetching a bottle, testify to the profound bonds that can form when humans and dogs share their lives. And in homes around the world, parents and pets alike continue to find comfort in that timeless connection.